I've got the SGX to level 20. Let's talk about it. Hey YouTube fam, how are y'all hanging today? Hopefully fantastic. I am doing very well myself. Thank you so much for asking. So, I want to very quickly just go over the agenda of what we'll be talking about in this video, considering this is my first one I'm making, and I plan on making a video like this for every single weapon in Battlefield 6, from launch weapons to DLC. So, let's get into that. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the stock gun's pros and cons. Does it have good magazine size? Is it accurate? Do I like the iron sights? Do I like the base attachments that Battlefield decided to throw at the gun in the very first place? Or did I just remove them all and say, screw it, I'm going to do my own thing? Is there any interesting quirks or attachments for this gun that maybe aren't on many other guns? So whether it's a gung-ho mod, right? Or if it's a hyper extended mag or some kind of crazy gimmick like that, right? I'm also going to talk about my personal attachment choice that I've decided to go with the gun after I've reached level 20 with it, and I'll show attachments. I'll show the exact ones I've used, screenshots to go with all of it, obviously. I want to talk about the aesthetic of the weapon. Is it pleasing on the eyes? Does it sound good? Do I want to use it? Because believe it or not, that actually has a huge effect on whether I want to use the gun or not. Like, do I feel like a badass holding this gun, or does it just sound like a generic gun? Then I'm going to give it a rating from 0 to 5 stars. 0 being bad, 5 being this is the best gun I've ever touched. So, let's get into it. Starting with the stock gun's pros and cons. So, when you first get the gun, it's going to have a flashlight, a 30 round mag, and a reticle. It's just a singular red dot reticle. We'll start with the cons. I don't like flashlights. I've never used them, and I probably never will, with the exception of maybe a shotgun. I just feel they give my position away too quickly. It's possible that if I maybe hotkeyed the ability to turn on and off the flashlight to something a little more convenient, I could like flicker the light, and that might be useful. But outside of that, I don't ever see myself using it. The red dot sight is absolutely horrible. It is just a super up close, generic, like 1x red dot sight. And for me, I like a little bit of zoom to it just because there's so much going on in the game. And for me to be able to see just a little bit further does help me out a lot. The difficulty to getting this weapon level 20 was actually probably one of the easiest I've had so far. This is obviously one of the starting SMGs that you use in the game. So Battlefield, DICE, they're going to try to make it as easy and convenient to use as possible, because they don't want you to pick this gun up from this class and hate it from the rip, right? They want to give you a way to learn the game that is still fun and still teaches you something about it. I feel like they give you the more challenged weapons later on after you've learned the game, gotten used to it, whether it's the map flow, the game design, whatever. So for me, on a scale of like 1 to 5, this gun was easily a 1 in terms of difficulty. Like, was not hard at all. Unfortunately, with my progression of this weapon, there have been no interesting quirks or gimmicks with the gun. This could change, and I might even want to come back to this later on, maybe after I get like the weapon to level 50, and then revisit it and just see if my opinion on the weapon has changed. Not necessarily go over each list thing that I'm going over now, but just a simple, hey, from 20 to 50, here's what's changed on my opinion from the weapon. But that's definitely really far out, so that's definitely for another whole conversation. Let's talk attachments. So for my magazine, I decided to go with a 36 round mag just because it's my only other option, and I always like a little bit extra ammo to pick out other people. For my sight, I went with the ROM 1.75 just so I could see a little bit further and have a little bit of an advantage of that distance combat. For my barrel, I went with the suppressor. I want to stay off the mini-map, and I love the sound of suppressors. I'm weird. For my grip, I went with the ribbed stubby just because it gave me a better advantage at the recoil at the start of firing the weapon, and then I went with an extended barrel just so I can get them bolts project just a little bit further, a little bit quicker. Talking aesthetic, I do like the feel of this gun. It's kind of a weird combination, so totally out there. But for those of you that have played Advanced Warfare, this kind of reminds me of I think it's the KF5 or the KV5. Totally weird comparison, but that's just the first thing it reminds me of. I do like the sound that it makes. I like the look, but it's not the best. It's like the middle of the road, just like a generic gun, in my personal opinion. If I were to rate this entire gun, the progression, the attachments, the aesthetic, just as a whole package, rate it between 1 to 5. I really do think I'm going to put it at like a 3 to 3.5 stars. And the reason I put it so in the middle is because I know there's other experiences in this game that I've enjoyed far more versus what I've experienced with this gun here. It's not a bad gun, but it's not a great gun. It's not a gun that I'll choose over something like the MP7 or the P90, right? Like those guns to me really draw my attention, and they're classic. I love the aesthetic. I love the feel. Still, I think I'm going to stick with that, a 3.5 stars. Thank you guys so much for sticking out to the very end. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Love y'all. Peace out.